Just a few more modifications. Ready to rock and roll.
Ace's Place is live.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? Joe Prime, you specifically, you're right there. I can see you're still watching. Welcome, everybody, to the same kind of thing, but a brand new polished coat of paint. Well, it's the same old Ace, brand new show. Welcome to something that I've been thinking about for a little while now. It is called the Smokin' Aces Show. Now, what the hell does Smokin' Aces Show even mean? Why is it even a thing? What is it? Why? Who? When? Where? What? Well, I'll tell you what. My friends, I partake in adult activities, and I was watching a movie that is called The Smokin' Aces. Got Ryan Reynolds in it, Ray Liotta in it, tons of different actors. And I just thought, Smokin' Aces, that's kind of cool. I wonder what I could do with the Smokin' Aces kind of theme. So I sat on it for a few days, and I came up with an idea to do a once a week, twice a month possibly, hour-long show program specifically centered around one individual topic, unlike the Ace in the Hole variety show where I talk about a handful of things. I have a bunch of different guests come on and we just smorgasbord of conversations. Where the Smokin' Aces is going to be more focused, like I said, on one or two singular topics, all under the same umbrella, with one or two guests coming on with insightful opinions and backstories of what we're talking about. So this will not be an open forum. Not every single person that wants to come on is going to come on, and I'm expressing that right out the gate. Not every person that says throw out the link is going to fit that theme's episode. So today specifically, on the inaugural first ever episode of the Smokin' Aces Show, I don't know how well it comes in back there, but we, ladies and gentlemen, just like the ticker says, we are going to be talking about this past weekend, with San Diego Comic-Con 2026 now in the rear view, and things that are looking ahead of us are going to be the Marvel Cinematic Universe, whether you're talking about the movies, the shows, or even the action figures. We are going to talk about it and hopefully cover all of those individual items right here today on the very first ever Smokin' Aces Show. I hope everybody that watches it enjoys it, because these are going to be an ongoing thing. I think it's a great way to format one individual item and showcase it to its, fullest potential, instead of just running through options and ideas on the variety show. Which, don't get it wrong, the Ace in the Hole variety show is a staple of Ace's Place 22. And if you miss it and you want to go back and check it out, there's always replays, and there's going to be a new live every Friday right here at Ace's Place 22 with the Ace in the Hole variety show. The Smokin' Aces Show is just its own separate thing that I thought would be a fun way to bring guests on here, more formatted format. I was going to write things down. I was going to have notes, but up here, this is where I do my best work. So we're just going to trudge through it. That being said, I do have things, of course, we're going to talk about. I have images that I'm going to throw up on the screen that me and my cohorts are going to indulge in. So please, if you don't mind, liking, subscribing, sharing this video to get it out there in the ether, so other nerds like ourselves can partake in the conversation and come here and just kind of engage with it all. So please, thank you very much for doing that. And first and foremost, we want to give a shout out to Joe Prime 1986. He will be one of our very, very lucrative and special guests here on the Smokin' Aces show. We can consider Joe, let's consider Joe on this show a co-host, if you will. The man is always ready for conversations, and he's always got information to add to the conversation. And even if he doesn't, he's just an all-around terrific dude. Joe Prime 1986. I was working on your video today, and I got behind. Editing is a pain in the tail end, but that's not why we're here. We're going to keep all that for Friday. So that being said, I'm going to throw the link out there. And remember, not everybody is going to be accepted into the chat. This is a very specific audience of people that I want to come into the panel. I should probably just personally invite people, but I genuinely don't know how the hell to do that. So Joe Prime knows he's invited, and Prophet, if he's listening, he as well knows he's invited. But also I must throw out there the ground rules. There are going to be ground rules for the conversations that we're going to have. They are going to remain in a linear path of from A to B. We're going to get conversations started and finished. There's not going to be lingering conversations being pulled in different directions. This truly is going to be formatted to what we are talking about here in this conversation. We are going to respect everybody's opinions. We're going to allow everybody to talk freely and openly about what they want to discuss within this universe. Yes, no multiverses. So yes, we're just going to be respectful of all guests, whether you're new, you're old, you're brand new to this channel, whatever it is, you're going to respect everybody. We're going to listen to what everybody has to say. We're going to take turns conversating, and I don't want anybody to overtalk anybody else. I know it's hard when it's on a stream, but this is where the big boys play, and we are here to play. So pull up your pants, folks, because I'm throwing that link out there, and if you've got an invite, please, you are more than welcome to jump in to the chat. Give me a minute. I'm getting pretty good at this. I'm getting pretty quick at this. I'm not the best at my YouTube still, but hey, going a year and a half, almost 2 years, I'm not doing too bad. I do not see my drink. I will be right back. I do need my drink. All right. Here it is. This video, the first ever video of the Smokin' Aces show, is brought to you by Blue Raspberry Sparkling Ice Caffeine Drink. Blue drink. And there is, I forgot to mention, I'm just thinking of this now because I'm trying to remember all the ground rules I wanted to mention. What is up, Pops the Trunks? What's happening? I appreciate you coming in here, man. Sometime you're going to have to pop on the actual stream, brother, and shoot the breeze with us this Friday. Make sure you do it. But another ground rule that I'm going to kind of implement is I want, even though I'm running late, even if I run late, we'll make up for it in the difference. But I want to keep these lives about an hour or so. So depending on what the topics are, we're not here to talk about the whole thing from start to the beginning. I think everybody will pick up on it. I think everybody will pick up on the idea of what we're doing here, for sure. Hey, Pops, you're absolutely welcome, brother. So first and foremost, we have our very first guest, not on this channel, but on this show. He was invited last night. He is a well of knowledge, and I hope he's doing well. And that is a great, terrific, absolutely terrific. Oh, look at this thumbnail. His little terrific. It is the Doom director.
Well, it says Doom's Destro there, but the Prophet director name is blocking it. Let me get rid of that.
Yeah. I love it though. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, look at this shit right here. Folks, if you can't tell, it's clearly Dr. Doom with that terrifically gold Destro face kind of molded with it. What a brilliant idea. Somebody make that as a figure, because that's marketing right there. There you go. Doom Destro. I like that. I like that quite a bit. How we doing, Prophet?
Not too bad, my friend. I've done my homework here on this particular subject. I know all the figures coming out. I know all the leaks that were put out. I watched the whole panel.
Wonderful. I watched. I don't know if you heard what the ground rules were for this, because it is gonna. I'm trying to do something a little different from the.
I was listening.
All right, cool. So we'll be right on the same page. I have pictures to kind of go with what we're going to talk about and stuff like that. So hopefully the references will be on point for the discussion. So if it's a little laggy, hold with me, folks. I tried to do my homework as well. I listened to and watched as many of the interviews from this past week and weekend specifically as I could. So hopefully, Prophet, we have a really good conversation ahead of us, brother. And we got to also bring in the third wheel to this really crazy tricycle. He is Joe Prime, 1986.
Hey, my man. Prophet, what's happening? How's it going, Ace?
Yo, Joe.
Not too bad at all. I was real quick. I was trying to edit your video for the stuff that you sent me.
Okay.
And boy, howdy, I'm having a difficult time. For like 3 times in a row, it wouldn't save it for me. So I'm running behind on editing. But other than that, brother, we are good to go with this MCU Monday conversation and all that jazz.
Fantastic. I tell you what, all I did was I was inspired. I read a bunch of comic books last night. I pulled out my huge old stack and started in the 60s, and I think I'm up to about 66, 67.
Hey, there we go, man. We're right there. We're almost to 2026 where we're caught up with the movie universe, Joe. So you just keep reading every night, and we will circle back to this episode in about, what, maybe 2 calendar years?
That's right. And I tell you what, I'll tell you how that whole Flash versus the Hitler thing works out.
All right, terrific.
Nice. I'm sure it'll work out as well as Bugs Bunny against the Gremlins in the World War II, where he was on the Japanese plane.
Oh, my Lord. Deep cuts, folks. Deep cuts. So, yes, we are going to talk. It's going to meld. It's going to mesh between some comics conversations, obviously, because you can't really talk about the movies without making the references to what happened in the issues of the comic books, and or vice versa, depending on how you're listening to this. But we're going to leave the toy conversation, like in all the reveals for that, right at the end. I figured make it movie topics first and then make it the toy topic at the end of it, if you guys are cool with that. That way it's an easier conversation to have. Because as much as I don't collect the Marvel figures like I used to, holy shit, the ones that they got coming out, I'm geeking over. I won't even lie. I'm truly geeking over. So we will save that for like the second half of this conversation. In the first half, we'll do it all about the MCU. So that being said, real quick, real recap kind of shit with the MCU. Started off with Iron Man in 2008, and it just boomed from there. Captain America, Thor, Hulk, Spider-Man, Shang-Chi, Black Panther, Ant-Man, Captain Marvel, everybody that you could possibly think of has been done in the live action. We had the culmination of Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, where it set the tone and set the stage for what we are, drifting into right now. So at that point in 2019 or so, when it all kind of ended for that phase of movies, we had, and I'm only focusing on pivotal moments right now. We had Captain America, helping save the universe, and he goes back in time. This is the last time we see Captain America, is when he travels back in time, returning all the Infinity Stones, and we see him with Peggy Carter, and I'm imagining maybe somewhere between the 40s and the 60s. I'm not really entirely sure what time frame we see him at the very end of of Endgame.
Well, it's most likely right after World War II ends.
Okay, so right, there we go. So we see him happily ever after, getting that great, ending that Captain America deserves. And we see Iron Man, the guy that started it off. That's why I said it in 2008. We see him make the ultimate sacrifice and, decimate Thanos and also give his life away. And up to that moment, that was the end of it for those two particular characters in the MCU until we get to Doomsday, which we'll go a deep dive into that. And I'm just setting the stage real quick of what we're going to talk about, guys. And since then, we've also been introduced to an array of new superheroes or even old superheroes, repainted, repolished with characters in the Thunderbolts like Red Guardian, Ghost, John Walker, and other characters we'll mention here in a little bit. We've seen Black Panther 2 introduce Prince Namor, or the Submariner, whatever the hell you want to call him. Fantastic Four. I do not want to forget about the Fantastic Four specifically. And little trickles of the X-Men. I can't outright say the X-Men, but little trickles, little Easter eggs building towards where we're going right now. So that being said, I think that kind of covers the general idea of what is about to come, and that's what I really want to focus on right now. Prophet, Joe, if I've missed any beats that you think are important, please add to that conversation and mention anything you think is important.
All right. So here's what I'll add to that. For anyone who hasn't already watched all 40 plus films and all the TV shows for the MCU, like I'm sure the three of us here have, I would have to say, if you're looking for a shortcut through it all, like just the necessary films, here's the secret. There's a few characters that if you just follow their films through, you don't need any of the others.
There you
Follow
go.
Iron Man, follow Captain America, follow Doctor Strange, and follow Loki as well, because Loki's super important to this film. But if you follow those characters' story arcs throughout the MCU, I'm pretty sure you'll have everything you need going into Doomsday.
The only thing I would add to that is Ant-Man, just so you know about the quantum realm.
Well, but Ant-Man tells us about that in Endgame, which is part of the,
That is true. That is true. I just really like Paul Rudd.
Yeah, I like him too, but I'm just saying if you're looking for a shortcut, you don't want to, like, I would say Thor is just as important, but his movies don't hold a lot of relevant information. All the relevant Thor information comes in the Avengers crossovers.
100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you know what's crazy? Just speaking of Thor specifically, Prophet, you say you speak a lot of stuff that I often think to myself. The Thor movies, minus one of them, they're all pretty entertaining in their own right. But the second movie, well, minus the fourth one, up to that point, the Dark World was always helmed as like, the worst MCU movie, or it's blah, blah, blah. But it's one of the most important only on the element of they introduce one of the Infinity Stones in that movie, which clearly for that Infinity Saga, that's an important thing. But I just find it funny that there's two very different contrasts of, it's not a great movie, but it holds like a specific part of the story that is important. And but the Thor movies, other than that, they really don't hold any relevance to the main overall MCU, building, construction of it all. So, yeah.
Well, and I would have to argue that the Dark World doesn't really hold that much relevance either, because the stone that they did introduce to us in that movie, with the Malekith never got to really use it. So the only thing we saw the stone do in the film was possess Jane. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, is that really that difficult? She's just a human, chick with no powers.
Even thinking back, it was the same kind of theme through Guardians of the Galaxy. The stone was there, but never its potential. It was used, but it's not a hinge to the whole story. Yeah.
Right. Well, with the Guardians, I'd argue it's a little more relevant just because, it showed Star-Lord's immortality, which led into the next film, where you found out who his father was, because Star-Lord was able to, you remember they said a group of beings tried, but they all died. But because Star-Lord held on to it with his father's celestial blood, he was able to withstand it. So that was, it's important to illustrate just how strong the Guardians were.
True.
Let me get to pictures. Trying to get. All right, here we go. We will set it off with just specifically what they talked about. This is going to just cover the whole screen. What they specifically talked about at San Diego Comic-Con this past weekend was all of the, well, I say all, but there was only 3 things that they specifically covered. That was Avengers Doomsday. I do not have a Spider-Man picture here. I'm very fucking surprised that I did not. Let me just double check. No, I don't have one. I thought I took one, or at least took a screenshot of one, but I don't have one, unfortunately. But they mentioned Doomsday, of course, we'll talk about. But I want to mention, this is the one I want to get into first, because we'll leave the ones that have more meat on the bone for the end. But right here, we got the official announcement, and you can, say that with a grain of salt, because we got an official announcement 2.5 years ago about Blade, and even the actor came out, and we still haven't gotten shit on that. So you can be with reservations with this if you'd like, but I'm excited as all hell that we have Ghost Rider coming out with Ryan Gosling playing the. I'm not even sure if he's Johnny Blaze or a different version.
Johnny Blaze. He's Johnny Blaze.
All right. I would hope so, because he's got that entire vibe to him already. So this is going to be sick. I can't wait to see Ghost Rider up on the big screen again. I'm personally a big fan of the Nick Cage movies, both of them. For the times, they're fun, and I don't know, they're just kind of badass in their own way, man. And then it's Nick Cage, so I'm hoping there's some sort of cameo in this.
I wouldn't mind a cameo, but second Nick Cage movie was awful.
I can agree. Okay, this is my only defense to that movie, and I've said it for a long, long time. It's visually awesome looking. Like, they nailed the visuals of.
I agree. We talked about this the other night, because you remember when we were asked by the chat, like, what was our favorite Marvel and DC heroes? Well, if you remember, my Marvel heroes answer was Ghost Rider.
Yeah, he's the best. He's just the best.
Right. And I talked about the films. Now, the first one had a decent story, even though they messed up Blackheart. But the second one fixed the visual effects. The visual effects were amazing in it.
Big time.
But
and then the
story was so god awful. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's terrible. So I'm going to cite my sources, because I took screenshots of their channel when I was watching this live. So down on the bottom of the corner is a YouTuber named John Campia. He's got a huge YouTube channel. I screenshotted this off of his shit, so come at me if I have to have problems, but I doubt it. So
yeah, I used to watch John Campia on the movie trivia Schmodown.
Yes, back way back then. Now it seems I'm not a huge fan of him individually. I really like him when he's part of an ensemble cast. But he was watching this live and getting insider information. So I was like, well, let me get what I can get now. So obviously we got Ryan Gosling there. We got, what the hell is that guy's name? Oh, Levi. Forgot his name right now. He directed Deadpool and Wolverine. So he's going to be directing this movie as well. But
yeah,
Ghost Rider,
I believe it's Sean Levy.
Sean Levy. There we go. Thank you, Prophet. So this will be coming out, I think they said 2028.
They did say 28. They said 28.
Okay, perfect. So we got Doomsday. I'm just going to say the announcements now. We got Doomsday this year. This one, Black Panther in 2028. So there we go. So in case if I mess up again, somebody can correct me.
And something they didn't mention, I think is important to mention here, that Secret Wars is in May of 2027.
Okay.
So the fact that there was nothing about Secret Wars in this panel tells me that anything they show us for Secret Wars would be a spoiler for Doomsday.
Okay, that's a great point. Thank you for adding that. That is a really good point, because I didn't want to say I overlooked it, but I honestly didn't think about when Secret Wars was coming out specifically. So that's great observation there, Prophet. I don't know if I have anything else for this. I think that's pretty much it. I mean, what else can we cover for the Ghost
Yeah, I
Rider?
mean, well, Ryan Gosling, yeah, I think he's a fine pick for the role. He can play. He's already played a stuntman actually, because he was the Fall Guy. Remember that
Yes.
silly Fall Guy movie?
And well, speaking of Ryan Gosling, have you guys seen, and we're going to kind of go off topic a little bit, but have you guys seen the movie The Other Guys with him and Kurt Russell, or Russell Crowe?
Yeah, I've seen
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
What
that
a
is
fantastic movie. Oh, just shout out to that movie. It's one of my absolute favorites of all time. I love it.
And other just another Comic-Con trailer that wasn't on this panel, but it's connected to Ryan Gosling. The Blade Runner 2099 show is going to happen on Amazon Prime.
I heard that. It was the show. That's interesting.
Yeah, it does look pretty good.
I would have kind of poo-pooed on Ryan Gosling had it not been for that Blade Runner series. He's good in that.
Damn good.
I'm not going to shit on anybody, but like when I was a kid, like teenager years, whatever, that's when that Notebook movie came out. And of course, me being a teenager, having a high school sweetheart girlfriend, like the chick flicks were definitely part of our, song and dance lifestyle. I always thought he was really good. Even when I remember watching that movie and like, man, this guy's like, he's making me like this chick flick, and I don't like that feeling. So I've always thought he was really good, and the more I see him in obscure movies, like I can't wait to see him in the new Star Wars movie, the whatever the hell it's called. I forget the name of it now.
I think it's just called Starfighter.
Starfighter. There we go. I can't wait to see him bring his energy to something like that. I think it's going to be very, very fun. Hey, old school, you knock it off.
Yeah, but to turn around and pull off a movie like Hail Mary among all that, I don't know if you guys have seen that yet, but that's a phenomenal film.
No, but I'd like to.
It's great. It's streaming on a bunch of platforms now, so yeah, I would definitely check it out. It's one of those ones that made me step back and go, okay, well,
All right. I got that. I don't think I took any.
But yeah,
pictures.
with Sean Levy directing and Ryan Gosling playing Johnny Blaze, I'm pretty confident this is going to be solid.
Me too, Prophet. Me too. And I can't wait. Honestly, I can't wait for it to come out so we can talk about it. I mean, it's another year and a half away, but that's something I look forward to be honest. And the other thing they showed, I didn't take any screen grabs of it or anything, but John Berthenol came out and just kind of promoted the new Spider-Man movie, which comes out this Friday. And I went and bought my tickets, so I'll be going seeing it Saturday at 2 p.m. my time. And I think I may possibly do a live on Saturday for a Spider-Man spoiler discussion. So if anybody sees it, jump on in. If I do that, I'm not really sure. I'm thinking about playing around with it. I mean, I got StreamYard. I pay for the shit. I might as well use it. But I'm super excited for Spider-Man. The toys look really cool. I'm someone that once I see a trailer, the first trailer that is, I avoid every type of video material for promotional stuff. So I don't know about you guys, but sometimes like seeing the Hulk all ripped up as the Marvel Legends, that's the first time I've seen the images of that at all. So I'm very excited, but I didn't take any pictures because they didn't show anything for us to see. There was a video of Spider-Man and the Punisher teaming up to fight the Hulk. I think that's going to be pretty badass. I can't wait to see that. I mean, come on now. That's cool as shit. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have long of a wait on that one. I will say, as far as the figures go, though, I passed on the Brand New Day Spider-Man, even though it's a great figure, because they already said they're going to re-release the Final Swing Spider-Man with an alternate head with the mask half off.
Oh,
and I want that half off Tom Holland head. You know, I have unmasked Tom Holland's all day. I want that half off.
No, I feel you completely. Just completely understanding that for Lego, I'm Lego guy. They've always made Spider-Man's mask, Peter Parker's face. They had a hood piece. They had not a hood piece, but it's like a little beanie that they would make red, and they would put eyes on it to kind of make it look like he pulled it up. But a few years ago, they actually came out with one that had the print on it, where it looked like he was pulling the mask up over his face. I remember geeking out about that because I was like, that's the one. Like, I want that half masked Spider-Man. So
right, it's the MJ kiss. It's the upside down MJ kiss.
Oh,
bingo. That's what it is. He nailed it, man. I'm a Tobey Maguire guy through and through. So that's where my heart always goes in my brain when I think Spider-Man is anything from the Sam Raimi universe. Even the third movie I'll take. So Prophet, very, very right on point with how you collect, my friend. But the next thing they had come up was the Black Panther stuff. This is a pretty big deal because they have officially announced there will be a new male Black Panther. Shuri took up the mantle in the second one, so there is a technically female version of the Black Panther.
Well, but hold on.
What's up?
Because we learned something about the ranking in Wakanda right now. Because in the one trailer, M'Baku comes up and introduces himself as the king of Wakanda. So Shuri didn't take up the role of king. She only took up the role of Black Panther.
Right.
Two separate entities there. But T'Challa's son, that they introduced as a child in the last movie, will be the new Black Panther who comes and takes both positions.
100%. And do you think, just off of that idea real quick with Black Panther, do you think that'll cause a rift with M'Baku and turn him back into like a bad guy like he kind of is in the comic books? Or do you think he's just always going to be neutral like he is, kind of?
No, I'm going to make a crazy prediction and say M'Baku does not survive Doomsday or Secret Wars.
We got a whole. We'll get into that for sure because I definitely there's a whole bunch of that I want to talk about. So we'll put a pin right in that one. Joe, what are your thoughts on Black Panther or Spider-Man? Even I didn't even get to ask you that.
Oh, I'm looking forward to Spider-Man. Unlike you, if I see a movie that I'm really interested in, I will deep dive. I want to go through those people, the new trailer just came out and there are 137 Easter eggs. Let's look at each one of them frame by frame. That's me. That's the kind of guy I am, which doesn't tarnish the movie for me. I still, the more I know about it, the more I want to see it if I'm excited about it, that kind of a deal.
Completely get it.
That's the reason I liked you, Joe.
Yeah, there's like the Spider-Man movie. I loved all the breakdowns on it. I'm not going to talk about any of them. But, and like you said, you've seen the Hulk hulking out. It's going to be great. And I'm looking to really, the one thing I look forward to in every MCU movie is how it's going to tie into the next or where it's going next. So that'll be the best part about the Spider-Man movie. I mean, everything in it's great, but I think the T'Challa 2 is going to be good. It's going to be a cool movie. I want to equate it to because it's going to be kind of like if what's his name, the other dude does go bad, it's going to be a retelling of The Lion King. I don't know if we want to do that. I was like, no, his uncle's going to go crazy.
Do we even have time for that?
No, we don't. I hope, like you said, they do go a new way, or whatever we put the pin in. There's a whole new branch of universes that can happen with this character. I think it's going to be good. I think it'll be cool to get people more invested into the Wakanda Black Panther line. Give us some story. Give us some meat on those Black Panther bones.
I agree. I completely agree. There's definitely stuff I want to get into specifically when we talk about Doomsday, which is going to be literally in a minute. So that's pretty much it. What they covered at the beginning, we talked about Ghost Rider. So that's a brand new character, brand new, element being introduced to the MCU. We've never seen Ghost. Well, that's a bullshit lie. If you want to consider and tie in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show, I think it was the third season. They had Ghost Rider, the Danny Ramirez version in there.
No, Robbie Reyes.
Or Robbie Reyes. Who the hell is Danny Ramirez? Where the fuck did I get that from?
No idea.
Oh, I feel like that's someone. I'm going to have to Google that later. But yeah, you're right. And that's the version, that's the Spirit of Vengeance one where he's driving the muscle car and stuff. So we kind of had him in the MCU. But this will be the first official, Ghost Rider. I'm super excited for that. And then Spider-Man again comes out this week. Black Panther, both of those movies 2028, like Prophet said. Secret Wars 2027. I don't know what's in between, if there's anything else actually for TV shows or anything like that in between.
The only other thing a Disney Plus show is Vision Quest.
Right. And they mentioned that a little bit, which is the story, the continuation of where Vision left off with WandaVision. I'm assuming we're going to see that.
Yep.
White.
Right. It's going to be White Vision. Yes.
Which, count me in, man. My first introduction to that White Vision design was way back on the, Super Nintendo or even Sega, where it was Captain America and the Avengers video game. And Vision was all white. You could play as him, Hawkeye, Captain America, or Iron Man. Very sweet game. So count me in for the Vision Quest. And I think that's honestly all I got for those things. And then everything else, let's just jump right into this piggy. We've got, I throw it up again one more time, Avengers Doomsday. So this is the big smorgasbord right here. This is what I was setting the stage up for earlier, where we get all of our favorite superheroes coming back in different ways, possibly. We'll talk about that. And in ways that we want to see them. I'm very, 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 very excited for this movie based on what I've heard and the trailer. Comes out at the end of this year, December 18th or something like that, 2026. So not too long, about 4.5 months away. And there is a whole bunch of shit going on. I think I got the date right here. There we go. Is Doomsday. So clearly they didn't keep it a secret. They revealed it last year at the San Diego Comic-Con, where Robert Downey Jr. was returning as Dr. Doom. And it's still kind of a surreal thought to think like, holy shit, this guy that was Iron Man for 15 years or whatever is going to be the villain. At first, I'll be honest, I thought it was a bit of a cash grab and kind of cheap, but I'm in. I'm sold. I'm a fanboy. I'm not gonna sit on my hill and piss down and then jump down the hill and stand underneath it. I'm just gonna stay. I'm good with this. This works for me. The trailer, they just revealed the trailer, maybe a week and a half ago. And the fact that he has his a Latvian European voice is very reassuring to me for whatever reason. That makes me feel very confident in it's not just going to be some bullshit Robert Downey Jr. He can be Tony Stark. I don't care if he's an alternate version of Tony Stark somewhere named Victor Von Doom. But he's giving it character. He's giving it a new personality, and I'm that's what I wanted to see from the very beginning.
Right.
I love it.
I expected that from the beginning, and there's a bunch of reasons why I expected it from the beginning. Reason number one is Elias in Tropic Thunder. Reason number two is his Sherlock in the Guy Ritchie Sherlock movie. I
wasn't sure. Because
he stayed in perfect accent for both of those films the entire time.
It's not his acting credibility. It's not that. I wasn't sure if Marvel was going to go that direction. That was my.
Oh no, I'm just talking particularly about the accent.
I love it. I think it's I think it's great, and I can't wait to hear it behind a mask and just the menacing demeanor and the scary I genuinely am excited just based off of his voice alone. Because I remember years ago when me and my buddies would fan cast, I always said, too bad Christopher Waltz isn't bigger. Because he's got a voice that to me sounds like Dr. Victor Von Doom. And I think Robert Downey Jr. will do a phenomenal job. I tried to say phenomenal like you, Joe, because you use that word.
That's trademark. Joe Prime, thank you.
So yeah, that's going to be really cool. You've got, again, in the trailer, all the reoccurring characters. You know, I got a whole bunch of them. We'll just kind of spit them off here. We got Prince Namor, Submariner again, coming back from Black Panther 2. Clearly, we're going to see, what did they call their world? Talocan?
Atlantis?
No, but in the movie, they didn't call it that because they didn't have the rights to it. They called it something different.
Well, you can't own the rights to Atlantis. It's way beyond copyright age.
Well,
like
in the movie,
copyright only goes up to 75 years. So, you know, they're off the hook on naming it Atlantis. It must be some other reason.
Okay, then. Well, correct me, someone else, then, because not.
No, because I remember that because he had like the Aztec-y looking city. It was Talocan. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he called it. So it's something like that. So yeah.
Right. I think they were trying to tie Atlantis to a real civilization on the surface.
So we got that, of course, which is just fantastic. Oh, there's another one. Speaking of a little bit of the fantastic.
That's the scene with King M'Baku and Black Panther Shuri, you know.
It looks this.
And who else is that there? Is that Wasp?
Yeah, in the middle, that's who I thought it was too. I'm still not a big fan of that haircut for her. I wish they would. I don't know, not a big fan. But my problem though too with a lot of these Marvel outfits, they're so dark in tone that they all kind of look alike. I mean, yeah, there's no real standout to them like there used to be. The color palettes used to really pop. That's why the Thing right there, other than his size and his big orange head, that blue, he just really stands out like an actual comic book character.
Well, and here's the thing, because that blue is actually a lot brighter. It's just when you're getting these characters backlit by the sun. Did you see the sun was behind them?
Yeah.
So like the entire side of their body that's facing the camera is in shadow. So they're
tell.
Probably a bit brighter than that in normal circumstances.
You've got the Winter Soldier standing there. Oh,
I'll go back to it.
Oh yeah, I was really curious. It's like, who is there? That's the Winter Soldier, and I swear to God, that looks like Tom Holland in an outfit there, but it's not. It's whoever's playing the.
It's Evangeline Lilly with a pixie cut. The Wasp is a. Oh, you mean behind the Wasp?
No, in front of.
Yeah, I can't tell who that is behind the Wasp.
Yeah, that's. I can tell that's the Winter Soldier.
Ant-Man. Okay, behind the Wasp is Ant-Man. So from right to left, we've got Ant-Man, who's completely blacked out by the sun. Wasp with a pixie cut. The Winter Soldier growing his hair back.
There you go. The White Wolf.
Sue Storm, the Thing, then M'Baku, then Shuri, and then the Dora Milaje behind them.
Yeah.
They look fantastic. I can't wait to see it. And then we just got a close up of Shuri right there. She's about to eat a sandwich. That's a behind the scenes shot. She's hungry on set. I don't know what the hell this next one is. It might be out of order, but. Oh, no, we got Doom himself. Now, this is a silly little bit of a take on this. Here we go. We've got Doom. Now, if you've seen the trailer, you see Dr. Doom and Thor fighting in it pretty much looks like the Void. In my honest opinion, and this is what I'm going to go with. I just rewatched Deadpool and Wolverine a couple of days ago based on this idea. In the Void, they show an actual like pirate ship in the background.
That's not a pirate ship, though.
Okay, let me finish my thought, please. So I get that that's not a pirate ship, but the rest of this scene, when there's all this destruction and chaos and stuff, it's very, very hard to see what is going on. So my thought was just they're either in the Void or there is just this huge calamity of a battle that is already ensuing with these two and more, where just everything is just completely destroyed. I have no idea the context of it. My thought was just the beginning of the movie had these guys just battling it out and you've got Thor from, the 616 or whatever universe. These all get mixed up. You've got, let's say, Tobey Maguire, Nick Cage's Ghost Rider, and a whole bunch of these other characters that Marvel has yet to, say are in this movie because you want to save surprises and all that jazz. And just doing this huge, huge battle. And this is our first introduction to Doom, and he is literally just killing all of these heroes we have come to know for the last 20, 25 years, whatever it is. And that is our first taste of this guy here, literally killing Tobey Maguire on screen. Somebody that I would be like, oh my fucking God, this guy is a real scumbag of a human being, of a monster. He is the epitome of evil for the sake of, I don't want to say for the sake of evil, but just for what he's doing. And really just grab each audience member that's attached to all these different properties and all these different characters over the last 20, 30 years and just kill everybody. And this be our way to be introduced to Doom, because he's got to come in so much bigger and badder and more deadlier than what Thanos did if we want to believe this guy is scarier than Thanos, other than just he might look like Tony Stark under that mask, and that's scary.
Well,
we knew
this
go ahead.
that we're looking at here. This is the lead into that exact what you're talking about, but we know from the leaks how it goes. Now that thing in the background there, that is the fountain outside of the X mansion, because we know the big final duel where Dr. Doom blocks blocks Stormbreaker with two fingers and then swats Thor away like a mosquito. Like that happens at the X mansion, because Dr. Doom apparently comes with Sentinels, and the Sentinels destroy the X mansion. So all that wreckage you're looking at is what was the X mansion and the grounds of the X mansion, because they just fought a battle against Dr. Doom and a bunch of Sentinels.
I was gonna wait and do toys at the end, but that is actually pretty important because, like I said, I'm a Lego guy, and these leaked. I don't know if they leaked, but these are official Doomsday Lego sets. So to go off of what you just said, Prophet, here we go. Oh, that's not the one I wanted. So we've got a giant Lego Sentinel set with Dr. Doom, and we've got Mystique, Nightcrawler, and Thor right there.
Right, it's almost the exact scene I just described.
Yeah, and then I forget, I think it's Falcon at the top there flying around. Or no, it's Magneto. I got him right here. My bad. Look at that little Ian McKellen. Look at him.
Yeah, so and since we're on toys, that Magneto figure, the Ian McKellen Magneto with the long hair and the soft goods cape, I need it.
It's beautiful. That is a really
Why
great
does it have to be a Walmart exclusive?
Bastards. So yeah, that's a great point to the Avengers thing, and it fills in the blanks of what we might be missing and why these Lego sets specifically exist. Of like, whoa, why is there a Sentinel? Why is Doom with a Sentinel? So that's very, 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 very interesting and very neat. I don't know what else I got for pictures, but we'll click on this one. Oh,
all right,
there's a whole
this scene is the scene where Sue Storm is explaining Doom to everybody. And that's what the leak was. This is them all getting ready to go to the X Mansion to fight Doom.
Which I have to say, I absolutely, and I know there's going to be someone that'll defend it, but narratively wise, it's absolutely does not make any sense that Dr. Doom is from their universe and they never mentioned him prior to that. I do not understand that.
Well, they only had one movie. It doesn't, and Von Doom was probably in Latveria at the time. So, I mean,
I don't know. That's
unless he volunteered, because they did mention him. Remember in the where Sue Storm is addressing Congress or the Senate or whatever it is, and Latveria's seat is empty.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all right, let's go a little bit more than just having him be a representative of. Now I get he comes in at the tail end in the end credit scene, and he's got the little baby and the kid or whatever. But I know you got to do this for the story and the sake of it, but there is no way Doom would have waited for Galactus to do what he was going to do until he stepped in. If Galactus was going to destroy your world, whether you are part of the Fantastic Four or not, I don't see how you don't step in. That's on me. That's a me kind of thing and thought process.
Well, if Doom's plan is to destroy all the universes but one, why would he care if Galactus wrecks this one? Like, he's got a plan. Also, also new information says that it is not Doom that showed up at the end of Fantastic Four to talk to Franklin, but one of his 4 witches. Because he's got, the females in the Doom armor, and the mask that the person was holding was a smooth mask. It wasn't Doom's mask.
Okay, so that would have to have the information of saying Doom's not on that planet then, or even in that universe, because
if his witches are there, he's there because he's the one ordering them around.
Okay, so then why would he want his own planet to be destroyed if he's on it?
Well, I'm sure Doom had a plan B if the Fantastic Four failed, but think about it.
Well, that's,
if
Doom
he wants the Fantastic Four out of his way, what better way than to let Galactus kill them and then step in?
That's exactly what I was saying. That's what I would do if I were Doom. Just sit back, be like, I hate them anyway. Let's see what happens.
I guess if you want to assume that, because you can, but there's no narrative saying that that's what happened. I mean, it goes... There's so many of these examples in the MCU of a means of convenience, like 100%. Nick Fury, when he initiates the Avengers Initiative, he straight up says, you guys are the first of the first, pretty much, to Thor and Iron Man and all that. But I double clicked it. But yet he knew of Captain Marvel back in the 90s and never called her in when Loki was attacking. Or there's just so many means of conveniences to where we're just told you have to kind of accept this, and unless they go back to it, I'm always going to harp on it. And again, another prime example is when Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is happening, and you've got Ego having his little plant kind of come to life, or whatever it's doing. It's making a big blob in the middle of, I don't know, I think Kansas, to be honest with you. No Avengers are reacting. No superheroes reacted to that moment. There's just too many of those moments in the MCU for me to ignore sillier things. It's, again, I can admit it's my own gripe, but I kind of need that narrative thread that says, and maybe they will, but something that says Doom was operating somewhere else to where if this happened, it wouldn't have bothered him, or he had that contingency plan, and we see it in the next film. Then I could be like, oh, okay.
Well, that scene that we were looking at might be Sue explaining all that.
True, that's true, and I can accept it at that moment. But for right now, that's just my biggest bugaboo of them saying he's from the same world, because it's like, I accept that because I need to. Those they are connected tissue-wise. I get that. But I didn't need to see Doom as a villain, so to speak, like coming into destroying the world, but some kind of footnote, something a little bit more than just saying he was there. And I'll hold off until Doomsday comes around, because it's a 2.5 hour movie. I'm sure there's going to be 10 minutes of explaining all that.
That's what I was going to say. How many times in Marvel movies have they showed us in the beginning of another movie what was happening? Because you have all the stuff between him trying to figure out the Silver Surfer and the cosmic powers and all that. And that could have totally been happening in the background. That's why he wasn't there. That's where that whole portion of that could be him starting to figure out, oh, this is what this is. And he's Dr. Doom. He knows the outcome. He's brilliant. So I think that was he has scheduled risks, and he already knows the outcome. He knows what's going to happen.
I would like
And
to
by the
think
way,
that.
you have to consider that Doom has the brains of Reed Richards, the tech of Tony Stark, and the magic of Doctor Strange. Like, he's on par with all three of them.
I think you guys are miscrediting the fact that I'm not speaking on the character. I'm speaking on how the Marvel movies are portraying it. Not so much Doom. Like, Doom's not a real fucking guy. I don't like
oh
that.
yeah.
It's how the movies are writing him. So when they first introduced Thanos, little breadcrumbs. So we got teased on this guy's always there. You don't see him. So with Doom literally being on the same planet as characters we watch now, with the event or with Fantastic Four, it wasn't just the movie started and the movie ended and we watched them overnight. It was like a 5-year movie jump. Like there was literally like 5 years between when we got introduced to them and the very end of their story. So it's in 5 years, this Doom guy's never made a squeak. It's the things that Marvel, the movie, the studio, is not filling in the blanks on to make it seem like a narrative thread. I mean, imagine being in New York City and you're
not
Spider-Man.
giving them a chance to do it, though. I mean, they're going to do that in Doomsday.
I didn't say I'm not giving them a chance. I said I will, but it's just strange to me. It's an odd take on it. Imagine being Spider-Man, and they're doing it in the montage scenes where they show him with Tarantula and Boomerang and all that. Yeah. How is it we only ever see Spider-Man on one story? Like, there's a lot going on in that city all the time.
Yeah.
And in 1 week, there's a shit ton of stuff going on. In 5 years, even if we saw a newspaper article that fed more into why somebody wasn't sitting into the seat of Latveria. I know I'm being picky, but I need something more. I need it, and I want it, and I fucking deserve it. And that's it.
You probably get it.
Then good. Then the world will go in the circles that it needs to go into. But, I mean, other than that, I'm genuinely excited more for the Fantastic... This is weird. More for the Fantastic Four now than I was. Does that make sense? Or probably not.
I personally think the Fantastic Four was an amazing movie.
Yeah, I liked it as well. I thought it was good. And like you're saying too about Doom, I see it, and who knows how it's going to be. Well, I'm sure we will with all the leaks and junk coming out already. But you know how he's going to be portrayed coming up in the movie. Like you said, is it going to be one of those that an epic battle, and we zoom to 3 years before, 5 years earlier? You know, some shit like that. And then, you know, part of that 2.5 hours is 45 minutes of, you know, them going to college together, or, you know, them kind of weaving him into the Fantastic Four universe. I could see something like that happening.
I don't think they'll do that.
Maybe.
The Russos are usually pretty straight to the point when they make a movie.
That's one of the things I was going to say too. These timelines and stories have to survive so many different interpretations of directors. It's not like there's one person with the main, you know, they don't have the guide to the universe. Each director, they're going to try and do something and spin it their own way within the confines of, I think, their canon of what they feel the universe should be. Because I've seen that before, you know, Zack Snyder or somebody like that. Oh,
completely agree. And I think that's why it's cool, you know, they're going to have the Russos come back, because clearly they can formulate all of it together. Which
they have not made a bad movie in the MCU.
God bless those two and their team around them, because it is a whole team of being able to really mesh all of those. I mean, think of the Thunderbolts and all of those different movie elements and themes and different tones. God bless them, man. Like that's a hell of a task, and to be able to make it work. And I piggyback off of what both of you say. I feel like it's going to be a mixture of, for lack of better terms, a flashback, or however you're going to want to label it, to give us that backstory, but they're not going to linger on it at all. It's going to be it's going to serve the purpose of the story, but it's also going to give you this little bit of information, and that's all I need is just this much. Is this much. And I think it's going to be really great. And there's a lot of things. Prophet's already talked about it. He thinks M'Baku's going to die. I thought that too. I think Ant-Man is going to bite the big one in this one, because it's just another character people are endeared to, and they love Paul Rudd, and to see someone like him as the actual character and actor die, I think it'll be a little bit more weight than if Shuri died. No offense to actress Shuri, but I don't think people would really.
Honestly, I think it's more likely that Wasp will die.
Maybe both. It could be the team of them for all. I'll put my hand on both of those and say sure. There's neither one of them are off the table to me.
Well, I think they won't pass up the emotional bump by having one of them have the other die in front of them. You know what I mean? And I think Paul Rudd's more likely to keep doing movies than Evangeline Lilly is.
Well, there's this shot right here, which I'm pretty sure it's obviously Paul Rudd, and that I'm going to assume that's Cassie, or it's supposed to be his daughter.
Yeah, that's Cassie. That's his daughter, yeah.
That's the only reason I thought maybe he would die, is just because of this shot in the last movie. We got the daddy-daughter team up. We might get it again, and there might be a bigger casualty, but like you just said, this could be something after the Wasp has died, and they're having a moment. So... Right. Up for interpretation. It definitely has that moment of this is the end, something seriously just happened. And as a dad, that's where my first instincts went, was like, oh shit, this scene right here is going to be heavy. Unless they cut it, this is going to be a heavy scene right here for certain people. And I'm excited. I don't want to say excited, but I'm looking forward to seeing it, because Paul Rudd in Endgame, he really brought the heart to that movie. That scene where where his daughter opens the door and they're like not seeing each other and not realize, like, that shit, man, that choked me up. I couldn't imagine thinking I was dead, or my family thinking I was dead, and the world dying, all that shit. So much happened that it wasn't a normal situation in any circumstances. So yeah, it could be either one. Prophet, that's another great point.
Right, but I don't, beyond original MCU characters, I don't think anyone else will die in this film. And here's why I say that. Because this first movie is supposed to lead into Secret Wars. So what they're doing here is cleaning house. Yeah. I believe most of your X-Men are as good as dead.
Oh, 100%. I agree too. I think and that's why the opening scene, you can take Spider-Man and all the weird characters I was assuming out. They could be left for the Battle World and shit like that in Secret Wars. But
well, I do believe Tobey Maguire is going to die, because we still have Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield for the next one.
There we go. So Tobey, man, I had a feeling anyways, but I agree. Most of the X-Men are OG ones that I feel most of the characters they've announced that we haven't seen in a long time, they're going to bite the bullet in this.
Oh yeah, Alan Cummings' Nightcrawler is dead.
Yeah, sure. Unfortunately, man.
Rebecca Romaine as Mystique, dead.
Please don't kill Beast. Oh, please don't kill Beast.
Kelsey Grammer as Beast is probably dead, but I'm not sure.
No.
But, I would be upset. We finally get a comic book accurate Mystique, and she's going to die. No, thank you.
She looks beautiful.
Yeah,
I don't think CGI.
And 100-year-old Ian McKellen is definitely going to die in this film.
Yeah, he's going to bite it for sure. But you know what?
Like everybody said, those are those big incursions that are supposedly wiping out universes. So who knows how all this is going to cut in together.
Yeah.
Right. I think if I had to guess on like a shocking death, like a death that like nobody expected, like Thor.
But didn't they announce? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I dreamt this. But didn't they announce a Thor 5 movie already? Or am I wrong?
I haven't heard about that, but maybe I missed something.
I thought I did, or maybe it was something that some internet dude was bullshitting. But I was gonna say that when you said you don't see a big character dying. And I was going to say, oh, I think I heard this, but I wasn't sure.
But that would be a shocker, right? If Thor died,
100%.
yeah, that would be nuts.
Especially if Doom was the one to kill him. Like, you see Tony Stark, you know, maybe that mirrored moment of Age of Ultron when Thor grabs Tony by the throat after they realize, you know, what did you do with the Ultron and blah blah blah. Have one of those same moments where Victor Von Doom is holding Thor up by the neck, but that's too similar to Loki getting killed by Thanos, actually, now that I think of it. So, but it would be shocking. That I would definitely be like, no shit, they just killed one of the big three out of the holy trinity of these guys. Like, pretty crazy. I don't have any pictures of it, but I did want to ask, because Prophet, you brought them up. What are they calling them? The Latvarian witches or the Doom witches?
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're calling them yet. That's just what the internet decided to call them.
Okay, so
but they've
we
shown the costumes at Comic-Con, and they were like sort of like female Doctor Doom costumes.
Yeah, so I don't want to spoil the comic for anybody of like God Emperor Doom or anything like that. So I'll tiptoe around it a little bit. In that series, and probably other issues as well, Doom redesigns, I'm just going to say it like that, he redesigns certain superheroes for his own malicious well-being and, for lack of terms, possibly furniture. He turns a couple superheroes into his own personal furniture. And yeah, that's exactly how it sounds. People turned into fucking furniture. Some of his people, though, that he gave the option to, of like, hey, you either bow down and bend the knee to me, and you go out and you stop other superheroes and you turn them, or you're dead, or this is what's going to happen to you. So we get some heroes in the comic books turning and working with Doctor Doom in his nefarious ways, and I guarantee we'll see some of that in this movie or in the next one. I guarantee that. That being said, do you think that now we haven't seen anything of these Latvarian witches other than a costume in like a glass case or whatever? We don't know if there's...
And potentially one of them talking to Franklin Richards at the
True.
end of Fantastic.
Yeah. So we haven't seen if there's an army of them, if there's one or two of them, but we can definitely...
There's
four. Okay.
There's a green, a red, a yellow, and I think a blue.
Are we dealing with Power Rangers? Because that's silly.
That's just apparently each one controls a different element of something.
Okay, all right. Now that right there makes me think of one of my favorite movies in the whole gosh dang world, Big Trouble in Little China. So I take back my Power Ranger comment, and I'm full force all about this movie with elemental Doombot. I don't even know. So now that there's colors associated with them, maybe this throws my thought process off. But I was thinking, what if one of these Doombots is the Scarlet Witch or the Black Widow? Stuff like that, which when you reveal it in the movie, no one's expecting that. You know, the casual moviegoer that's never picked up a comic book is not going to see. If they've been paying attention to the movies and they know who the characters are, that's one thing. But they're not picking up the comic and thinking, oh, could this person be working for this person? It'll blow people's minds if they see Scarlett Johansson underneath a Doom mask. And it's like, what the? Do you think that's a possibility, or am I just kind of playing in my own sandbox?
Oh, no, I absolutely think that, yeah.
Well, I think it's possible, but I don't think Scarlett Johansson particularly is possible because they didn't particularly part on good terms.
This is true. Okay. What if one of them is Elektra? You know, we just saw her in Deadpool and Wolverine, but now we see a different variant.
You know what might really blow everybody's minds? If all four of them are Wanda from different multiverses.
There you go.
That's even a better possibility.
That's taking an idea and creating a scenario. That's what I wanted to have a conversation. That's brilliant.
It has to be Wanda, because if you look at Doom's gauntlet, whenever he with two fingers catches Stormbringer, the outside of that gauntlet is covered in chaos magic markings.
Let me pull it up. I got it right here for you.
How did Captain Hydra get? How did he hold the Mjolnir? Because of, I bet you Doom had the Scarlet Witch reverse the spell that was put on it, or something like that. Scarlet Witch is going to play a large part of this, I believe. I think he is enchanted with the chaos magic. I think that's where all that power is coming from.
I'm on board with that, but the Captain America thing, I think Hinder blew my mind. I'm piggybacking off of this, and I truly believe that this Captain America is Captain Hydra. There's nothing that's going to change my mind, even if Steve Rogers in a trailer says, "Hey, Ace, I'm not Captain Hydra." I'm going to say, "Bullshit! You are too. You're him. You look evil. You act evil. Your whole demeanor was evil when you grabbed that hammer." But I don't think that's going to deter I still think that Steve Rogers, even if he's a bad guy, he's still worthy to get the hammer.
Well, here's the thing. Because we already know Doom is chasing cosmic children. And we already know that Steve Rogers' kid is cosmic because he traveled through time to have a baby with a woman that wasn't supposed to have it. So,
I think I got his picture right here.
If anything, Steve Rogers is probably working for Doom to protect his Peggy and his baby.
No, I want this to be the straight up evil. I want this to be a bad Captain America. I want no redeeming quality.
We've already seen the scene where Doom goes to see Steve as Tony. Like, he goes without the mask. He's scarred still. But he uses Tony's face to manipulate Rogers.
I don't know, man. Because I said this the other day, but this is my thought. When the last time we see Steve Rogers, like you said, was a little bit after World War II. He's all clean shaven. He's handsome Chris Evans, who's smooth shaven face. And then the next time we see him is in that little short Doomsday, like 30-second clip or whatever it was that came out for the character, trailers, and he's all smooth faced and stuff again. But here we go with the grizzled look and the long hair. So of course they're going to answer those questions in between, but it's just, you see him looking one way, and then here he is, because Joe even said he thought this, or he still thinks, maybe he does, that this is still Nomad Captain America, but we saw Nomad Captain America shave his face and clean up at the end of Endgame. So I need to know why my boy's got his beard back and his hair's long, unless he's a villain, an evil son of a gun.
Yes, and Hinder definitely 100% put that idea in my head, and I just went down the rabbit. I was like, you know what? I have that series. I went through and read those. I'm like, yeah, okay. The more I think about it, I'm like, yep. Good point, sir. Good point.
Yeah, it's so good. I love that Secret Empire run. I started collecting it when the issues very first came out, and I was like, I'm going to the comic book shop every single month or whenever these get released. I got up to, there's 10 in the series, or 11 if you want to count the prelude issue, but I got to like issue 6 and then couldn't find any more, so I was like, shit. So I just ended up buying the omnibus of all of them. But if no one's read it, unless you don't want a spoiler, because this might be stuff that happens in the next movie, you never know. It's an awesome storyline. It's really, really good. And just for that, the sake of it, I want to see Hydra Cap in that like green style Hydra Captain America suit. I want to see that shit. And Bucky, him and Bucky going at it.
I wouldn't hold your breath on that one.
Well, okay, all right. I couldn't hold my breath on it. You're right. You're right. I tried. We did mention the X-Men. I have a couple more shots I want to throw out there. We got Mystique right here. Look at that, Rebecca looking banging. Now, we haven't seen the full body, so this isn't 100% accurate, but it's like 99.9% as accurate as you're
Well,
gonna get.
this is in the middle of a transformation, because in the scene this is taken from, she's turning into Yelena Belova.
Well, I mean, just the costume design, it does look a little different, so it's not, but it's beautiful. I can't wait to see her fighting. And kudos to Marvel for like not only getting Alan Cummings to come back as Nightcrawler, but being like, let's get one of the Brotherhood members. Let's get freaking Mystique right there. Let's get Rebecca. And I love it. Maybe there's a Ray Park in there as Toad. Who knows? That would be interesting. Sabretooth, we ain't going to see him coming back, unfortunately, because the actor has a form of cancer right now. And plus, they fucking butchered his character in that fight scene that could have happened in Deadpool and Wolverine. At least in my opinion, I wanted a really cool fight there. But this hopefully will make up for it and be really cool. And like Prophet mentioned earlier, you can just tell from the backdrop that this is all inside of the X Mansion. There's no denying that that's where this is all taking place, just from the style of the walls, the bookshelves, and whatever else is in the backgrounds.
Right, because we know that when the Avengers first get there, they fight the X-Men.
Right,
because
perfect.
we see Mystique fighting Yelena Belova. We
Yep.
see Gambit
Shang-Chi
fighting
Gambit,
against Shang-Chi.
which there's my boy.
We see
right there.
Wolverine fighting Spider-Man.
Ooh, how about that? There we go.
But it's Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Hey, Toby, I love me some Toby. Let's go.
Right.
Hey, how about that?
Yeah,
Look at
because the idea is this. The incursion the movie opens up on is the X-Men universe incurring onto Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man universe. Right, that's what they've said about it. And basically, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man universe loses that battle, but Peter Parker's pulled out of it through the TVA before his universe dies. Basically.
So you're telling me someone's Peter gets pulled?
Yes, exactly. Tobey Maguire's
Damn.
Peter gets pulled.
Hey, come on, we got to make jokes like that. That was perfect. That was really good.
But yeah,
That
I
sounds
love
great.
Channing Tatum's Gambit. I cannot wait to see him in action again. I hope he survives, because
Yeah,
I want
same.
him to play
Agreed.
Gambit for a very long time.
Now, I do not have a screenshot of his Marvel Legends figure, but Prophet, you've seen it. Joe, I'm not sure if you have.
I pre-ordered it today.
There you go. Beautiful. This is one of, I don't even have this in hands, but I'm telling everybody, you need to get Gambit. You need to get Channing Tatum's Gambit.
So I pre-ordered 3 out of the 6 that they showed.
Which ones were they for that wave?
Okay, so I pre-ordered the Doctor Doom. I passed on the Thor.
Maybe I do have that picture then.
I pre-ordered the Cyclops, the James Marsden Cyclops, and he's actually my favorite of the line.
I thought I did.
I pre-ordered the Channing Tatum Gambit. I
right
passed on the Shang-Chi, and I passed on the Anthony Mackie Captain America.
I apologize. I did have the Gambit one. I didn't think I took his. So yeah, here's the Gambit one. I only took one screenshot of like each characters, but there's tons of really cool ones.
Right,
You can see at the bottom of the
Gambit
corner.
here, the very first thing I'm going to do when I get him is get him a softwoods trench coat.
Yeah, that's the bummer, but I mean that coat has a really good amount of detail for just being a brown leather coat. I mean, it looks nice.
Yeah, but look,
So
it doesn't move.
No, it doesn't at all. Which I have the original Marvel Legends Toy Biz Gambit still with his trench coat that's all fabric, but I don't think the arms are what's going to throw it off if I had him and tried to switch it. But here is the Gambit. He looks phenomenal. Who is this here?
Right.
Shang-Chi?
Well, I'll just wind up getting one from GPS Live.
There's Thor with the Stormbreaker and Mjolnir. He looks cool. I mean, it's a Thor, but he looks cool.
I mean, look, this is the thing. The reason I'm not buying this is because I basically have this Thor because I bought the Infinity War Thor.
Yeah, that he looks really pretty much. I mean, other than maybe a different chest plate, maybe, but other than that, it is the same one.
Right, and I also I also have Fat Thor.
That's my favorite.
And I also have the Big Lebowski Thor. The
Oh,
figure
nice.
where he's in his
All
jammies.
right.
Very nice. Those I feel you got to have those if you're a Thor fan. So the Fat Thor though,
Right.
it's the Endgame one where he's got like his hair braided and stuff.
Yes. And he's got lightning
Badass.
in his eyes. It's and his Stormbreaker and Mjolnir were kind of a translucent blue.
That's badass. I like that very much. And then who do we got up here next? I got this. I took this screenshot
right.
just because I thought he looked cool. I like
Well,
that.
here's the thing. I'm going to wind up buying this figure. I just didn't feel the need to pre-order it. I think out of the wave, he's going to be the Lando Calrissian that Peg wants.
Oh,
right?
Unfortunately, yeah, I agree.
But the reason that I'm going to buy him, first off, I like this Captain America uniform better than the one that they put out for the Disney Plus show.
Was that the white one?
It's got some white on it. It's more red,
Okay.
white, and blue. This is more red and blue.
Yeah, that looks nice.
The blue dominates more. But I want the unmasked Anthony Mackie head, and that wasn't enough on its own. But then they said the wings from the Disney Plus wave will work on this figure. So I'm like, all right, if I can put the wings on him, then I'm going to get this.
That's mass appeal and cross appeal for people that are skeptic of like, well, what I don't want. Brilliant idea for them to make it crossover like that, and you can mix and match your pieces. Essentially, that's pretty good. Who else do we have? We got Gambit. The Shang-Chi one.
Yeah,
I
now
like
this.
his
I
effects
bought
are cool.
I bought the Shang-Chi from the movie, from the Shang-Chi movie, and it's pretty much the same exact figure, but with a couple extra tassels hanging from his belt. And the effects, right? So if I see this later down the road, like at a Target or something, I'll pick it up just for the ring effects.
Yeah, the ring effects are cool as hell. I really like those.
But I passed on him initially because I already have a Shang-Chi that looks just like this.
It's right here. We got this guy.
Best
Oh my god!
figure in the whole damn wave, hands down.
I fucking love this. James Marsden as Cyclops for an action figure, man. I will beat up a bunch of people just to get my hands on this guy. He looks phenomenal. Look at the effects. Look at that. Pew. He's beautiful. And I don't even care.
And you know what? What's great about this is it's another live action X-Men for me because I'm kind of building the team. I've got the live action Colossus from the Deadpool wave. I've got the live action yellow suit Wolverine from the Deadpool wave. I've got the brown suit one too, which I actually think looks better, but the yellow one will look better with this.
Right.
Just the more they make, the more I'll buy, man. Make me all the Fox X-Men. I'll buy every last one of those things.
Well, I'm super glad because obviously when we go back to and look at Gambit real quick, obviously he was not part of the Deadpool Wolverine line, which in my head I just saw, he'll be like part of Wave 2 or Wave 3, not thinking, they're waiting for him to be part of the Doomsday line. So to me, pretty smart on their part. They knew what they were doing, and that's clever because now you're going to get people that are going to jump for this, which boy howdy, I've been waiting for a brand new Gambit. I love the cartoon one, the 97 one. I think he looks great, but it's Channing fucking Tatum as Gambit. That's so cool, man. Like, that's so cool. So smart on them to wait.
It, man.
Me too. And then the next, I think I only have 2 more left. Oh no, I got a couple more left. I apologize. Right there.
Yep.
Look at this.
See, now here's the thing. I pre-ordered this because I definitely wanted, but I have this like sinking feeling in my stomach that after the movie comes out, we're gonna get a one with a removable mask with Downey Jr.'s scarred face under it, and I'm gonna kick myself.
Yeah, you're you're right, Prophet. You know you're right. But he looks great. It is a bit of a bummer when we look at this one, and then we're going to look at the Magneto, because you're going to see Magneto has a really beautiful cloth good cape, and Doom has just this hard plastic one. But to me, it doesn't deter me. It just tells me, like, well, why not do it for both? But hey, He looks fantastic. No pun intended to the fantastic, but I don't have any images of it. And Prophet, I know you really only collect the Marvel Cinematic Universe figures, but have you guys seen the Magic the Gathering Marvel figures that they just came out with?
Oh, yes. And I have to say that the Evil Sue Storm is 100% buy for me.
She looks, as Malice, she looks amazing. That's a really cool
She
figure.
looks absolutely
And,
great. I'm going to use that spiked head for a Dreadnought chick.
Oh, there you go. That would look badass. That would look very badass. And the Doctor Doom, I got to say, the 2099 Doom, banger. That looks so good. The silver, blue, and black. Didn't think I'd want to ever see.
You know, I don't know what the card does, but apparently the Magic community is pretty eager to get that Doom 2099 card as well.
Hey, man, more power to the people that want to collect that stuff. I like it. And so there's Doom, clearly. I don't want to say our first official, like, 3D rendered version of him. We've gotten tons of images of him now. But I like, this is a very homage to the classic Doctor Doom suit. And if you know, everyone in here has seen the original Doctor Doom suit where
I'm
bottom
definitely buying soft goods for mine when I get it, but that's
there you go, man. Well, what I really like that they did, because even in the cartoons back when you're watching Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends or any cartoon from the 90s and any interpretation of Doom, they always have the metal of his boots riding up his kneecap, up his thigh, up right up to his crotch. It would be so uncomfortable and so hard to maneuver. And you can see in this figure that I don't want to say he's wearing pants, but he's got more of a
No,
pant
you could
texture.
say he's wearing pants. He's wearing pants.
I love it. I think that's practical. It actually looks really cool. And man, I'm so in love with what they're doing with Doom. I cannot visually wait to see Latveria, his castle, his people, the Doom bots, all of it doing its shit, operating. Can't wait for that. Cannot wait. They're doing
it wouldn't surprise me to find out that those pants were carbon fiber.
Man, anything's on the table, man. Nano machines, I don't know. That sounds crazy to me, but hell if I know anything. But then we got this guy right here.
Dude, this is like, if it wasn't for Cyclops, this would be the best figure in the wave.
Look at that cape. Oof, oof, oof.
And what's great is I bought the Magneto Professor X Fox 2-pack, so I can make this a younger Magneto, or because I have the unmasked Ian McKellen and Michael Fassbender heads.
Yes.
So this body with this awesome cape, full uniform, man, this opens up so many possibilities for me.
What's up, Kaz? You egg-sucking son of a gun. Was that rude and offensive? Sorry, Kaz. You're a good guy. Absolutely no Prophet. This is it's just sad that it took, 26 years to get a banger of a toy like this as Ian McKellen. I mean, I love the long hair. And those are the little choices I'm glad they stuck with. I'm glad they didn't say, oh, we need to make Ian McKellen look, he's old, but we need to spruce him up. We need to make his hair done. We need to do that. No, make him look like he's just fucking sick and tired of being Magneto, but he still has to be Magneto. Like, I love it. I love it. The pain,
pretty great.
The pain on both Charles and Eric's face when they're looking at each other in that shot that they showed of just pain. And clearly all of us grew up in that time watching those movies when they came out. Those were pivotal to me. The original X-Men movie was everything to me as a kid. And damn, it's full circle, but it's also that bittersweet because like Prophet and I said, most of them are going to bite the dust, and this will truly be their swan song. And I don't want it to happen, but I do want it to happen. But that figure.
Look, at the end of the day, if you want the happy ending for the X-Men, then watch Days of Future Past and then stop.
Yeah.
right? Because Days of Future Past, when Wolverine gets back to the future after he's fixed things, that's the happy ending right there.
Agreed.
Now, this I'm buying. I already have the other Reed Richards, and I'll justify it for the jacket. The Herbie. Oh, the Herbie. Gotta have that Herbie.
I like the jacket look, though. I think that for whatever reason, it just looks good. And yeah. Now, this is a 2-pack, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, they are served together, as well as Johnny and Sue are also served together, and then Ben is served alone. But you know, it's the thing. Of course, he's alone.
Yeah, right. I don't have a picture of the thing. Unfortunately, they wouldn't let me upload my thing. I didn't want to show everybody my thing, so you're welcome for not looking at my thing.
Well, hopefully your thing was made of orange rock.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. I more or less genuinely really like the Johnny Storm in this, because I've had tons of different Human Torches throughout the years of figures, whether it was the comic one, the movie ones, or cartoon ones, whatever. And they always do the same kind of thing where he's translucent, or half of them's on fire, or all of them's on fire, or you got to buy this version. I like this. This looks really good, having, you know, just his bottom half where he'd be flying on fire, and then little pieces of them. It's a cool variant, or version, if you want to call it that, of this character that I personally don't see tons of. And then Sue, of course, she's got that, like, it's kind of like a crystal opaque transparency. It's different. It looks different.
You know what would make me buy this 2-pack? If it came with a full colored jacket for Sue Storm. Because the only reason that I would buy it, because I have the flamed version of Johnny and the not flamed version of Johnny from the last movie.
Yeah.
So I would buy Johnny for the coat and the extra flame effects. But if I can't get a coat for all 4 of them, and Sue's is translucent, what's the point?
Yeah.
Now, the thing I'm definitely going to buy, though, because this, you know, just for the bearded thing head.
Oh, yeah, they did mention that was going to be a second accessory for him. So, yeah, there you go. If you want them,
I pre-ordered half this wave today. They're up right now.
There you go, man. So, we're going into an hour and a half, which is totally fine, because this is the first episode, and it kind of sets the tone. We've talked about the movies. If we want to talk more about that stuff, we can always do a round 2. We're talking about the toys, and we're going to end it with the toys. I mentioned a little bit earlier about the Legos. So here's just a Marvel little Lego snippet there for where we're going to transition to. We won't stay long on these at all, just kind of showing them off, because I do think, as a Lego collector, Lego has really been dropping the ball the last few years by making prices skyrocket while making play sets and or the minifigures themselves very mediocre. The Spider-Man brand new day sets, I've been eyeballing, but they're super freaking expensive for what they are. I might bite the bullet and buy the most expensive one, because it comes with almost every character in the other sets, and then just say, hey, whatever, this is the best I could do. But these right here got me going. Not this particular one, but I think this is cool still. And these are Brickheads. They make these are basically Lego Funkos, if you just want to chalk them up as that. This is a 4-pack where you're going to get Thor, Ben Grimm, The Thing, Dr. Doom, and of course our boy Channing Tatum again as Gambit. Honestly, the Gambit is the part that's pulling me into it, because I'm a sucker for him. He's just fantastic. This should be like $40-50. That's why I'm not going to get it, because that price is stupid. And then you've got stuff like this. This is beautiful. This is about $60 to $70. It's a full Lego bust. It's about 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet tall by 1.5 feet, 2 feet wide. All of the detail is there. This thing just looks really cool. I have a Venom and a Carnage one. I don't usually collect these specifically, but I could see the appeal of this one. Absolutely. You put this in the corner of your office, and you've just got this menacing Dr. Doom bust sitting there protecting all of your goodies. And he does come with, I don't know if I have the picture, probably not. No. He does come with an exclusive Doctor Doom Lego minifigure. And the only part of him that is exclusive is he has arm printing. So even with Lego, it's minor details to tell you it's exclusive just to make you spend that much more money on some bull crap. But they have, oh, this is the Doom right here. There's a little Doctor Doom right there, the Lego minifigure. This is Lego. Now they've done I do believe two different Doctor Dooms in the past, and they were comic book or cartoon specific. This is the only and first ever live action MCU version of this character. So the appeal of it is going to be collectors' dreams to get Marvel's greatest villain as one of the greatest Lego minifigures. And they did a really good job on this. I am not complaining at all. And then one of the actual sets is this Quinjet. Now, I don't know the full context of the movie other than one set that Prophet already talked about, but you got Sam's Captain America, you got Ben Grimm, and then you got Cyclops right there, which is fucking awesome. They've done in the past a bunch of different versions of Cyclops from the cartoon, again, from the comic books. The last one they did was from X-Men 97, where he came with the X-Mansion. Awesome minifigure. But this is James Marsden's Scott Summers, so I definitely, more than anyone else in this set, I will buy it just for Cyclops himself. And you're going to get Doctor Doom in every single one of these sets, so it's not like if someone wants, him specifically, you got to buy the most expensive. You could buy the cheapest one and get him that way if that's your desired plan. Here is a picture of all the minifigures in that set. And they look pretty cool. I mean, are they movie accurate? Not 100%, but that's the miniature version of what you're going to get with these playful little, cartoon characters, so to speak. I still think...
Right, if you want something that looks like the character, buy the Marvel Legends.
Bingo, exactly. And you're going to be... You can get more Marvel Legends, let me tell you that, than you would, paying for one of these Lego sets. That's the downside. These freaking things are too much money. And Ben Grimm, I still say this, should have been a big figure like the Hulk. Maybe in the movie they don't match up scale-wise, but for Pete's sake, these are little toys, and that just looks freaking ridiculous with those big, stupid gloves. The head cap part, that looks kind of cool with the eyebrow. I don't mind that at all. But the glove parts look absolutely stupid. And he's the same size as Doom. Like, come on. But then we got... Is this the same one? Oh, yeah, there's another shot, which doesn't make sense. You got Ben Grimm. I know he's probably leaping really high, but it makes it look like he's flying, and that's just odd.
Well, they had to get all the figures into the shot, and there's a Quinjet and a Falcon.
Yeah, I get it. It would have been cool if it was Ben flying the Fantasticar or something like that. That would have been pretty cool. And then you could have thrown...
Can you zoom in on this a little bit?
I can try for you. No, I can't. I think you might be able to, or unless you're doing this on your computer.
No, I'm just saying that all right, in the background there's like a light shining towards the action in the picture.
I see what you're saying. Might have to do a deep dive on that.
Is that a Sentinel or what is it? I don't know.
It could be because like we already had mentioned, we are getting... Oh, that's the wrong picture again, you boogerhead. We're getting this Sentinel, which I knew they were going to make this figure. I didn't know they were going to make it for this movie. But when the Fantastic Four movie came out, they made a giant scaled Galactus for the playset. Or for their Lego set. And I was like, oh, it's a matter of time. They're going to make Sentinels like this, and that'll be awesome. Again, didn't think the movie would be incorporating that. So this is going to be an absolutely amazing set for people to get. I mean, look at all that. You're going to get Mystique for the very first time in Lego form. I don't think they ever made her as a cartoon one.
You're going to get old man Nightcrawler with the white hair.
Yeah, and he's got swords, which, come on, that's cool. You got Thor, Magneto, you got Reed Richards in there, Doctor Doom. And for Lego people, Doctor Doom, which I thought this was interesting, he comes with another set of like element parts, like he's using right there to make claws, and they come in red. So I just think that'll be cool. We'll see different, powers coming from Doom and possibly different, colors and all that. And I'm a visual guy, so I think that'll be a lot of fun. We've already seen that. And then the very last set that they've announced is a brand new Avengers Tower, which, come on, you're putting Sentry in there. Gah! I have a custom made Sentry that I got at a Comic-Con years ago. And this right here is just awesome. A brand new Avengers Tower. This is going to be about $100, $110. You got Johnny Storm right there, which looks really good. You're going to get, where is she? A little Yelena. She looks really cool. And then you can see a little bit of how it goes together and stuff like that. So personally for me, I'm really looking forward to these Lego sets. It's been a hot minute since I've even cared about buying like official Lego and not just, off-brand bullcrap just to say I have it. So I'm very
probably another set that they didn't show, because if you think about it, we got Ben Grimm in one set, Reed Richards in the Sentinel set, Johnny Storm in the Tower set. So there's got to be a Sue Storm in a set,
Which Marvel has definitely done that in the past. A Joe Prime example would be when Captain America Civil War came out. They made a giant airport battle playset, and it had everybody in the movie except for a Spider-Man, a Vision, and a Hawkeye. And I remember being like, well, that's weird. Why wouldn't they put those three in that playset that has literally everybody else is in it? Even Sharon Carter was in that playset. And then come to find out, they didn't want to spoil the movie. Once the movie came out, they had another airport battle scene that had the three characters that were missing from the first one and another version of Captain America for you. So it was like, aha, you clever little boogers. Like, I appreciate you not wanting to spoil the movie. So you're 100% accurate, Prophet. There's going to be plenty more sets anyways. I guarantee you, they've already made an X-Mansion set. I have that up here. That's from X-Men 97. But I put money on it that Sentinel will not be the only thing from an X-Men theme from this Doomsday set. I could see maybe a Blackbird, a spot where they're like $100 set where you're in the Blackbird hangar, or you're in the X-Mansion and it's all destroyed. Like, that's prime Lego real estate right there. You're really gonna capitalize on that crap. But yeah, I'm excited, and I know, Prophet, you're excited for the action figures. I'm excited for the Legos. Joe, what are you excited for?
Right now, the cookie I'm eating.
Hey, shout out to cookies. I've been munching on these Milano coconut white chocolate cookies. These are absolutely delicious. So yeah,
I'm excited for the movie. I am excited for the movies. Like I said, I picked apart the trailers. I want to see the movie now. I'm excited for Spider-Man. This weekend.
Yeah. Now, do either of you plan on going to see it or no?
I'll see it within a week of its release.
Yeah, I'll be about the same.
Yeah, my daughter, when I told her, because she's with her mom this week and into this Sunday, so I told her, I was like, well, kiddo, Dad, usually I like opening night just as a fun little thing, but I told her I'll be going opening weekend, and unfortunately you're not going to be with me. And she just does this. Just gives me that look of like, you're going to go to the movies and see Spider-Man without me? So I had to lie to her. And I told her, well, the Punisher's in this, and it might be a little bit, too intense because the Punisher's in it. And she's like, okay, you go ahead and you see it without me and let me know, which come on, guys, it's a Disney movie. We know Punisher's not going to be going crazy and cutting people's heads off.
Well, hold on. Did you watch The Punisher? One Last Kill?
Yes, but that's not mass audience.
It was
So I
on
don't-
Disney Plus.
But you there's a gray area there. There's a very gray area. I could see him killing people, but I don't see all the blood and guts from it and all the F words. And we saw that in the trailer when he went to say something like "what the fuck" or something, and Spider-Man's like, "Pacha! Not today, there, Frankie boy." We'll definitely get teases of rated R stuff, but I embellished it a little bit more than the reality to her, just so she could let me get off the hook and go see Spider-Man. If not, the boss would have beat my ass when she got home, so I had to play it safe with my kid and lie to her and say Punisher is going to literally be mutilating people, which if he does, I'm not going to hate it. I will not hate it at all. So that is that's my plan. I'm very excited to see it, and like I said, I plan on maybe doing a live on Saturday to talk about it and whatnot. Yeah, TKD bar. What's happening, SA? What is happening? So, other than that, do you guys have anything you want to specifically talk about in the movie toys, or that I missed or we missed?
I don't think you missed anything. Yeah, I think we covered about every point to be made.
I tried to, and I know there's certain things that we can always be like, oh crap, I wanted to mention this, and there's always time and there's always a place for another one of these conversations. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to try something new, try something different, even though it's the same thing, it's just another video, but to just keep it more of a topic-centric thing instead of like the variety show where we're just spitting off like, hey, check this. So, and I think I've enjoyed the shit out of this. I mean, I wanted to go about an hour. I think we'll cut down on it, but there was a lot to talk about. There's a ton of shit here. So I was expecting there to be quite the conversations about everything. And I appreciate you guys both giving me the time and the energy and all that shit and coming over and spilling the knowledge. And Prophet, you said something that has been just sticking in my head this entire time from how they displayed the opening of the movie or whatever, where all the incursions are falling on each other, and just the idea of what are we going to see Spider-Man doing in his universe before all of, is he going to be web swinging? Is he going to be fighting Doc Ock again? Is he going to I love catching these superheroes or these moments that don't really spread anything, but it's like, oh, he was just about to, do something, and I can't wait. I'm super excited, and you really put that seed in my head of like, what are they gonna do that I'm not thinking about?
Yeah, I think if anything, if Doc Ock is in it, if they do the Alfred Molina Dr. Octopus, I think he would be fighting alongside Tobey Maguire, Peter Parker, because remember. He got his brain fixed. He got control of his mind back from the tentacles.
Completely. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not being literal. I'm just throwing it out there of a character. It doesn't matter. It's just throwing someone out there. It could be fucking Harry Osborn never died, and then he just decides to become the Green Goblin, even though Norman Osborn is alive. Or no, he wouldn't be. Norman Osborn would still be. All those characters would technically be dead.
Except for Doc Ock.
I don't know, because he was literally right in the middle of ripping that stuff down. I think it would have collapsed on him.
Well, no, because he only started ripping that stuff down after Peter got him into being a good guy again. Because remember, he took control of the arms, and then had to stop the thing
right, so
by drowning in the river.
He would still be put in that position.
But when he came to fight Peter on the bridge, he was still the evil Doc Ock. He wasn't the one that had already turned over a new leaf. So he was pulled out before
he was good.
Before.
So at what point do they go back to that spot though? Do they go back to, let's say they're fighting on the subway train or wherever they came from in their universe, and then he's just
they were fighting under that pier, or like a bridge or something, because it was over water.
Right. But I mean, eventually the power of the sun, that thing still loses control, and I mean, someone's gonna have to make the sacrifice. And instead of going tit for tat, in my universe, in my head, all those villains go back to the spot we see them in. And same with Green Goblin, we're gonna go right back to the spot right before he kills himself. That's, again, they don't fill in those blanks.
It wasn't technically based on when they died. It was based on when they knew he was Peter Parker.
But again, you make assumptions saying that they give you that information of saying this is when they knew it. That could have been at any point when they knew it, not specifically the moment they found out. Because if it was the moment they found out, Green Goblin would have been sitting there having Thanksgiving and been like, oh shit, and that's when he would have appeared. He would have appeared as Norman Osborn, not the Green Goblin in his flight suit already. So it's all that wishy-washy gray area that they give you certain pieces of information and not enough to say this is definitive and this isn't definitive. So
I mean, if you go by that logic, then it cancels out the whole No Way Home movie, because the whole point of Peter going against Doctor Strange was to cure them before sending them back so that they wouldn't die.
But he doesn't know the point of when they would die. So he doesn't know the consequences of his actions. Like there's a double-sided coin to that. Like he doesn't realize, and this is again, they don't say that to you so you can interpret it. And I've literally thought this a million times over of this exact conversation of Peter, and this is what kind of Doctor Strange is alluding to a little bit of, like, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're meddling with and what you're tampering with. And I've always interpreted that as like, yeah, you really don't have a clue of the consequences of what you're trying to do in the overall great scheme of things. And I mean, it's a butterfly effect. It really is a butterfly effect, because say the villains that get cured go back to their timeline, maybe those events in that timeline needed to happen because of certain other events. Like there's this what if with everything we could talk about with that. It literally is a rabbit hole of, well, this is that, and this could be this. And I just go off of what the information I've been fed and how I interpret. And I've always thought, well, that sucks. I feel like most of those villains are just going to like go back to a situation where they could die or they will die. And it's a moment of, I wish I could see how that plays out. I would think that would be very interesting. And I don't know. So that is my thoughts on that, though. And yeah, I think pushing it almost 2 hours for some Marvel Monday movie stuff. I tried to make that sound catchy, but it did not work at all. It sounded like shit. But I think it was pretty cool. I like doing this, and I don't know whether it'll be a once a week, twice a month kind of thing, but tried to capitalize on the San Diego Comic-Con.
Marvel Monday Movie Mania.
There we go. The Marvel Movie Monday Mania. It's been presented to you, and you guys now can drink it in and absorb it for what it is, like absorbing man. Just suck it in. Or wait a minute, that's a weird way to say it. Don't suck it in. Or maybe, I don't know. On that note, Joe Prime, you got anything you want to say, my friend?
Not at all. I've enjoyed the conversation, enjoyed the enlightenment on different characters in the MCU. The toys and the figures are awesome. I don't lean that way, but I love them. Whenever I was a kid, I had all the Secret Wars, each and every Superman that came out, every Spider-Man that came out. Loved all that stuff. The newer figures are just that times 1,000, and that Scott Summers figure, I will end up with that. That's a great figure. Yeah,
super.
Yeah, he's gonna look amazing next to the Hugh Jackman Wolverine.
Oh yeah, for sure. It'll. the nerds will be creaming in their pants, so to speak, when they, and I don't blame them. I would be in unison with them if I collected those specific figures, because that right there, having the mainline original MCU, figures or characters as toys, that's the type of shit, as a kid, we thought about and I wanted. And we got the Toy Biz ones, which were fine and fun and weird. But these new ones, good on them. Good on them. And to get the Gambit, you'll have Gambit, you'll have Wolverine, you'll have fucking Cyclops, and like Prophet, you said, you'll have Colossus. And
I even have Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Oh, that's right. You can have a little X-Men adjacent character thrown in there with her Friggin' That's very cool, man. Like, and
yeah, I want them to make in the next wave of Deadpool, I want them to make like, as if they keep on with the way they've been going and they do the 3-figure sets, right? Yeah. What I want Lady Deadpool, live action Lady Deadpool, Blake Lively. I want Kid Pool and Baby Pool in a 2-pack.
Yeah, there you go.
Or even throw Head Pool in there and make it a 3-pack. Right. And then the last figure I want is Yukio, so that Negasonic Teenage Warhead can have a girlfriend.
Now, was she ever part of the X-Men herself?
She fought with Deadpool and them in the movies. Okay. And it's it's the Deadpool line, so it makes sense for her to be there.
I like
either her or Dopebender, the cab driver.
I can't believe they didn't make him. I would have thought he would have been a buildable character or something off like that. I'm very surprised, but once the movie comes out and they reveal what every other cast of character will look like, you'll be drooling, waiting for that figure. Like, I can't wait to see that they have to make the Mystique as a Marvel Legends, and I can't wait to see.
They actually did when they released the Fox live action figures. There were a few figures in that wave. There was Mystique, the original. She's all blue, and her effect was like you could replace one of her arms with one that's turning flesh colored.
Right.
But it looked like Rebecca Romaine in the blue makeup and absolutely nothing else. I have that figure. Then there was the 2-pack where you got Magneto and Professor X, and they came with alternate heads, so you could make it Fassbender and McAvoy, or Stewart and McKellen.
There we go. That's cool.
Then they did the Logan 2-pack with Old Man Professor X and Old Man Hugh Jackman. And there was another one too. What was it? Oh, they did the a couple different Hugh Jackman Wolverines. They did one in a white Dago tee with the blue jeans, and then one wearing the jacket, the famous jacket from the X-Men movies.
Right.
And at the same time, they released the first wave of Deadpool 2 figures, which included it was Negasonic Teenage Warhead and a 2-pack with Deadpool, and then Cable and Domino were released on their own separately. The one figure I would have liked to see from that movie would have been Juggernaut in that yellow prison jumpsuit.
Yeah, he looks great. Looks absolutely great. What is up, Eddie Munson? What is happening? Yeah, no, the yellow Juggernaut, that just looked cool visually. Him in that huge suit and shit like that.
Prison uniform, yeah, that was awesome.
And then when he just rips Deadpool in half, I mean, the visuals of that movie were, the colors, awesome. And but yeah, that is it. We've done it. We've made it. We pushed it to the 2 hours just about. There are more people coming in and viewing, but unfortunately for you all, you're going to have to catch the replay. Eddie Munson, what's happening? We just talked about the MCU and all that stuff. What I want to see, all from X-Men wiped out. See ya. Oh, TK. Yeah, most of them should get wiped out just for the purpose of storytelling. You get rid of the old stuff. That way there is no more like, oh, but what if these guys came back? No, it's dead. It's done. It's over with. But we also need a beautiful swan song of a send-off. And I'm looking at you, NECA Toys, for dropping the ball. And maybe not you dropping it, but Mattel, You dropped the ball. You didn't give us a swan song for our toys, and I'm upset over that. But we'll save that for another time. But yeah, this has been a good time. Nice chat with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Prophet, his airplane is about to take off. He probably has some backroom deals to make with some nefarious masked villains, and hopefully he makes some good money while doing it. Prophet, thank you very much.
I actually have an order of for some nanotech weapons.
There we go.
To Latveria as we speak.
I thought I saw on that shipping container or something like that a Latverian symbol. So that's interesting, folks. Keep an eye out for that in the upcoming Doomsday movie. If there's anything gold in that movie, you know right where it came from, without a doubt.
Look for a Maz Industries label.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. Thank you very much, Prophet, for popping in here and chatting for 2 hours. We hit the 2-hour mark. So thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. And Joe Prime with his little Optimus down there with his little heart over his matrix there. Thank you, Joe Prime, for popping in here as well. I knew you were going to jump in here. You told me before the stream, you said, hey, your show sucks and I need to make it better. And I said, well, please, sir, please come on and grace us with your presence. And you did. You have done such, and I thank you for that very much.
You see, my whole thing is I was like, hey, can I tag along? Tag along, come on, man. Tag along, come on. You know, that I was just saying. Like I said, at any point in time, my friend, I'll be happy to be your Ed McMahon.
There we go. Absolutely. Shake and bake, baby. Shake and bake.
Shake and bake.
Yes, I too am a right coattail rider.
There you go.
Hey, I'll get my coat out that has the real long tails, and we'll all go for a ride in that private jet of yours back there, Prophet.
You guys have a good afternoon.
Hey, thank you very much, Joe. Prophet, again, thank you guys. And once you pop out, we will do the final little send-off here. I tried to get, you can't see it now because my screen's too big. But I had the Avengers picture there with all of them in it and stuff. You really can't see that. I thought you could. But that says Marvel on it, just for the aesthetic of the background. TKD Bar says, Hugh Jackman barely grew into his role. Steve still needs working, or what does he say? Work on Wolverine. Yeah, you know what? What they should have done was chop him down from the legs and made him a little bit shorter for the role, right? Is that what we were talking about? I don't have a clue. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the very first episode of many more episodes to come of the Smokin' Aces show, where we, again, will talk about 1 or 2 specific topics in an hour-long or a 2-hour-long, as it will be, conversation with special guests that will help facilitate the conversations and push them along in the direction that they need to be. Hopefully it'll help educate you and you can learn something along the way and have a good time. Now, this is not the Ace in the Hole Variety Show. If you want to see that, tune in this Friday. Yes, this Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Ace in the Hole Variety Show. What's going on? Because I genuinely have no idea what the hell is going on in this world anymore. And we're going to talk about everything we usually talk about. It will be the Pee-wee's Playhouse of YouTube, where all of my colorful friends will pop in and we will talk about the weekly recap, weekly pickups, daily life, toys, and all of the other shenanigans that happen along the way. So if that's something you're looking forward to, tune in this Friday. And if you're here watching this right now, if you're catching the tail end of it, go ahead, start it right over from the beginning. You got 2 hours of content to just listen to me, Joe Prime, 1986, and the Prophet Director, all talk about the MCU, and all of that, and where it's going, and what we think, and all of, just capitalizing on this moment. So thank you all so very much for tuning in and checking out what's going on. I should have videos up the rest of the week, so there you go. It'll keep you happy until Friday. And on that note, this may not be the Aces Place 22 Ace in the Hole Variety Show, but we still got the same catchphrase, folks. I hope you're having a great, great day. Peace, love, and pizza grease.
Subscribe to Aces Place 22. Peace, love, and pizza grease.